area that I think I'm suggesting that you guys can look into.
Okay. Thank you. And so let me see if I can kind of just go through everything that I managed to jot down. In terms of working in the media, we actually have a radio show that we have on a popular community radio station, Roots FM. We have a weekly program on that radio station that's called Article Empowerment. Basically, keeping everybody on the pulse of what's happening in the arts community, high society to low society, quote unquote, and making sure that everybody stays abreast of the latest developments in arts and culture. As I mentioned before, we go through about 7 disciplines: visual, performing, music, literary arts, culinary arts, and interestingly, culinary arts is one of the things that when we educate people, young people about, cooking as an art, they will say, I can cook, but I didn't realize that that was art. And that's one of the things that, raising this awareness of what art is and that it's in everything. I would say we are very successful in doing so. In terms of education, the Edna Manley University is actually one of our major partners in terms of the festival was held there free of cost, and space is a big issue. We got that whole campus to use the way we wanted, so I have to say a big shout out to Edna. I know talks were started to have a way for us to channel students into Edna Manley College, special scholarships and so on. I can't speak to where that conversation is right now, but I'd be happy to exchange information and we could probably talk about it at a later date. Other ways in terms of encouraging entrepreneurship of artists. We have mentorship programs. I wouldn't say they're very detailed or so, but we work with a number of up-and-coming artists who are making a name for themselves in Jamaica. 2 such artists, Protege, and one called Janine Cunningham, aka Janine. They are core members of our team. So almost everywhere we go, they come in the communities with us. One of Bob Marley's granddaughters is a part of the core team. She comes in, she does a lot of stuff in the communities too. We just went back into, well, when I say we, I wasn't there, but we just went back into Tivoli Gardens because Donisha saw a gap where there was really no activity going on in commemoration of the sad event that happened last year. And it just looked away to see that people are just going to have to wallow in their sadness on the anniversary. They just have to sit and remember what happened last year. And there was nothing to really uplift the community going on. So she went in with her Something Fertile, and she brought Manifesto on board as well. And they went in and painted a mural and so on. So, mentorship programs, talks, mini workshops, the regular Manifesto vibes that, we bring the information. We point people in the direction of where to go if you're to register yourself as an artist. If you need to speak to the JARIA entity, we have youth representatives in the JARIA e-board. And so basically, we're kind of rogue, to kind of summarize it. We're very rogue with how we approach this thing. We go through proper channels, we're registered, we go through proper channels to encourage entrepreneurship, but we're also very rogue because we sense an urgency. A lot of young people every day is one new youth want to express himself or herself, and it's either the gun or the pen or the paintbrush. So we try to reach them quickly and said the paintbrush or the pen or whatever, don't turn to the gun. Tax write-offs, I don't know what that's about. I know that we have a big issue when we go to JARIA meetings as well. One of the biggest issues is that Jamaica is this nation built on music, and there's duty to bring in a drum or a piano or a keyboard or a mic.
Keyboard is free.
Huh?
Keyboard is free.
Okay, well, most instruments, I guess.
No, the others are not, but the keyboard is.
Okay. No, I'm saying most instruments, there's a duty to bring it into the island. And the duty is very restrictive and prohibitive to to the lay artists who have the skill, want to build himself, and there's just this high level of capital needed to even begin. So that's a big major obstacle that we've seen. I think I tried to touch on everything that you asked.
Okay, I think we're about at the end of our session. Thanks to all our panelists and to the questions.